My name is Julius Kakeeto. I'm the CEO for PostBank, which is now becoming Parish Bank. It's rebranding and moving on to the next level as Parish Bank. Previously, I was part of this community a few kilometers away to the east. I used to work in Canada, work with Citibank. So I'm quite familiar with the relationship between UK and Uganda in terms of business. And I will talk a little bit more later on about Parish Bank and what we are doing in the digital space and how we are supporting the tenfold growth program, how we have positioned ourselves. Today, technology used to be an enabler for doing business. Today, technology is the business. It's no longer just an enabler. I'll pick on the Deputy Governor's comments earlier in the day. You can expand an economy without transforming the society. So you have to do both, and this is where banking comes into play. Today we have a challenge in Uganda, which is also a very big opportunity. The private sector credit to the GDP, the size of the economy, is quite low. It's around 14%. If you look at the economies where we want to go, in the tenfold, the sizes of the Vietnam, South Africa, Egypt, if you're looking at Africa, Malaysia, that are in the $300, $400 billion size economies, or $500 billion, the private sector credit to GDP in some of these places is more than 100%. So the banking sector has a very, very big role to play in terms of extending credit. But as it extends credit, again, people have to be financially included. And if people are not financially included, it becomes a lot harder to transform them. And this is where now technology comes into play. You can't use the old methods of enabling financial access. It's very expensive. You have to embrace technology. What we did in this journey as formerly PostBank, we thought, how can we automate financial inclusion so that every Ugandan can have access to an account? Let them be the ones to decline. But at least if they want an account, they can have access to it. And we had to do it in our own way because there was no footprint to copy or learn from. We thought we can do it exactly the Ugandan way. And that's how we went into the innovation of WND. WND is a different license still under the central bank. You have a banking license, then you also get a payments license. It's a second license to enable you issue electronic money. So once you can issue electronic money, what that means is that anyone with a phone, whether it's a feature phone or a smartphone, can have access to financial services. They can receive payments, they can make payments, they can borrow, they can deposit, save, and transact. And that is really how WND came into play. We took it a notch further because we are part of a wider economy. We are not isolated as Uganda. We integrated WND with the Western Union, and we are trying to make a lot of these integrations with whoever moves money into the country. And what that means is that I can sit here on my phone, and in 20 seconds, I can send money to Kotibu, or the most remote part of the country in Uganda. And for me, that is really taking financial services to the people. And because in our countries, you have a lot of groups, people work in groups, they serve in groups, communities, because then they trust each other and they know each other. So you have to enable group activity on this platform as well, which we also enabled. And it has been a champion for PDM, Parish Development Model, which is a very, very key tool for government to bring people into the money economy. To make sure every Ugandan participates in the money economy. That is step one in terms of transforming society. And in addition to that, I already touched on this, we have moved away from using human beings to determine how credit can be disbursed because of technology. What you do, you pre-score people based on their behavior. Today we sit and some loans we can do within 30 minutes because we already know you. We know your behavior, we know what you do, how you bank, what you spend on, And we don't need to ask you so many questions because 80% of the answers you already have through data. We've developed a lot of data capabilities just to support this journey of financial inclusion. Now, the other leg, before I leave the mic, the other leg is around stimulating entrepreneurship. Because, again, if you are doing economic expansion, you want a lot of the businesses. Because Uganda, SMEs are the largest employers, it's not so much different from Kenya and Tanzania within the South African region. SME employs between 75 and 80% of the working population. That is a very big opportunity for anyone who wants to invest in Uganda. Because once you choose whatever you want to do and you get it right, around SMEs, they are the largest innovators, they are the largest suppliers to the large corporates and so on, then you get a very good reward in terms of your business. You can make impact, you can create impact. So the other leg is around stimulating entrepreneurship around the SME space and supporting them to become strong and take advantage of the opportunities that come with the 10-fold.